Hello and welcome to this short video where I'm going to show you how to put together the Dancing Birthday Dragon by Spellbinders. And what's brilliant about these dies, these dancing dies, is that the body or whatever bit is dancing, either the legs, on this particular occasion it's the body, is not attached to the head, but it's got a circle in it and it has foam pads, so the legs move separately to the body, so it creates a really interactive card, and I love it. It's just such a fun design. Now I've cut all my pieces out, and so the first thing I'm going to do is be very careful when you get these bits, because there's a lot of small parts. It's not actually overly big size and is perfect for using up all of your scraps, because they can fit into a very small area. So this is the largest die here, this one here, which is the head and the body. So that's the largest die, but it does have some very small parts, namely the claws, which will attach to the arms. So I've already done some of it, so I'm just going to do the next bit. And let me just one of the tips that I've got is, this is an old packaging to one of my dies, so I use that as my glue board. So I'm just going to pop some glue in there, and then I'm going to use this handy little dabber here, which will pick up a small amount of glue. So I've got my arm, and I'm just going to take some glue on the tip, just put a small amount, don't know if you can see that, buried my tweezers. So, and I am notorious at this. So there's my claws. I'm awful at getting glue everywhere, so all I'm going to do is just pop that down on top of my claws, and that's then attached. So it's really easy to do. It's just a little bit fiddly, as you can see, and then that's left to dry. The other thing that they do, one of the things that I would advise is not to throw away this part of your packaging, because it gives you an idea of where all your pieces go. Needless to say, the tail and the arms and the legs don't have to go in that position, but it does give you an idea of where pieces go. So what I've also got to do is to put this, I suppose it's the bones of the wing, isn't it, onto the wings itself. So I'm going to again use my little dauber. I've only just found these, and they're so handy, because if you ever need to add in a small amount of glue, and I'm using a clear drying glue. So there we go. Turn it over, pop it into place, and try and line it up as perfectly as possible. But it will slide because it's the glue, it's not an instant drying. So there's my wings. So I've now got two main wings, two wings on the head, and I've got the body. And while I'm here, I'm going to glue this part here into this little dip here. So that's quite a big bit actually to glue, so that's quite handy. So I'm going to glue this bit. There we go. I have to say, I do have a tendency of using my tweezers quite a lot. So pop it into place. So there's his body. Well, I'm really liking the colour of this one. I've done some sparkly ones. And the other thing is that we can position his tail. So where are we going to pop that? I could, oh no, let's pop the wings in first, and then wherever we put the wings, we can then decide on the tail. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue here, and then hold the body up. I think we're going to have this one coming out here. Now the other wing. I really love the way that they've thought about having the big areas where you're going to add the glue. Shall we pop the other one up there? There we go. So that's the wings. So now we can decide, where do we want the tail going up in a jaunty angle there or down there? I think we're going up with a jaunty angle. So I'll put some glue here. There we are. So you can immediately see, so on there they've got the tail coming down, and I've put it up out the way. So it does give you a bit of playability with different dragons. So you can make different dragons for different people, and they can all be completely different with not only with the colour but in the way that they're standing and that sort of thing. So that's really nice. Right, so more glue. Now I wouldn't put too much glue out in one go because it does dry. Now we've got the legs. Now what you need to bear in mind is, so if I leave my picture here. So we've got this leg here, which looks like that, and then this leg here. So this one is going to be behind. The longer one is going to be behind. So I'm going to pop a bit of glue there. I have to say, I haven't actually cut out the present and the crown. So I'm going to pop his leg. Let's pop his leg over there. And I think he's running. He's going to be running to deliver his package if he had a package, which I wasn't going to bother because I think we all know where the present goes. So let's pop the other leg down there. There we go. So, oh, he definitely looks like he's having a good old boogie. Right, so our arms are dry. So we've got two arms. I think I chose badly on my main colour because I'm hoping you can see these. So this is the little arm which goes here. Obviously we don't have to put that there. We could put it somewhere different. So let's see. I think we're going to go one there, and then this is the other one. I think we could have him waving. So again, a little bit of glue. Yeah, I think he's waving. Hello, I'm here. Dance with me. Here we go. Oh, yeah, he definitely looks like he's a dancing dragon. So that's our body done, other than I obviously haven't added the present. But if I've just done it recently for a hello card, and I didn't really want to put a present on, so he can be doing whatever he fancies. So let's now do the head. Now, the eyes have been cut out, and you need ideally something in order to be able to glue the eyes in place, because they've used the cutout bits, which is the same size as the cutout bits. So without something behind it, you can't actually attach it. So what I suggest, and I'm just going to draw around the head just with a pencil, and then I'm going to put a T here because that is the top of my head. And when you cut it out, you want to make sure you cut on the inside of that pencil line, because we want it just slightly smaller than the head. So I'm just going to cut out within that pencil line, because then it won't show past his head. But I couldn't see any other way of attaching the eyes to the head, because there was nothing behind it, because they've obviously cut them out. So here we go, and that's it. I'm just going to take that little point out there. Now the reason we put the top the T on is because that's the top. So then when I pop it in, it is pretty close. I'm just going to trim it a bit up here and around there. So now our little dragon has purple eyes. So what you could do after cutting out one that you're really pleased with is copy this again and have that as your template, so that you know that every time you do one of these it will fit. So there we go. So I'm just going to glue that in place, and this is a big piece, so we don't need to worry about our delicate bit of glue. We can just whiz some around here, and this will give you the backdrop to put some eyes on. Okay, so before I glue it on, I just want to make sure I've got my T at the top of his head, and then just pop it on and into place. And there you go, you've got now something to put your eyes onto. Now they come with, so you could use these two circles which were cut out, but that kind of seems a little bit pointless because I've put some purple behind it, so he all matches, because I like a dragon who matches. They do have these little black bits here. You could put in some wiggly eyes, which look quite good, but Spellbinders have produced this sheet of coloured eyes, and they're all different, and we can make him all googly. So I think, I know we've got a couple of purples. Or we could have green. Oh, the only problem here is what colour am I going to use? So I'm going to use my purple because he's got purple background. So let's take that. And again, I would probably use your tweezers if you can. Oh, yes. Good choice with the purple. What I would just say is that they're all different sizes, so you don't really get a pair. So we could make him really googly. Let's go with a big one on his other eye. There we go. Oh, now are we going to have him looking in the same direction, or he could be boss-eyed? Oh, the choices are amazing. It's so difficult to choose. Let's pop it there. And you're going to make a completely different dragon every time you make one of these. So so that's his head. Now I just need to add his little ears, wing ears, I think they are. So it's just a little bit more glue. Okay, so I've already put the black bits on these. So a little bit of glue on the circular bit here. And then you've got to make a decision on where you're going to put them. Are we going to, I think we're going to go there. So pop one there. Just angle it out slightly, because I'm pretty sure that they need these to fly. I don't know. I'm not entirely sure I know a dragon to ask. But okay, there we go. There's one. So let's do the other one. Oh, yes. Oh my word, I'm so chuffed with this little fella. Okay, so the last part that we need to do is to make it so that we can attach his head to a card and have the legs moving freely. Now, the trick I found with this is to hold your head over his body, and I think that's a bit, that looks about right. So you hold it in the place you want, carefully turn it over, and I'm just going to mark the top of this circle, because that will then give me where I want my foam pads to be. And if you have it too low down, then it will you'll see some of the circle bits, so you've got to judge where you need it to be. So then you want some circular foam pads. Now I would use circular because you want it to actually move. if you had square, it wouldn't work quite so well, because it wouldn't then, it needs a circle to actually spin round. So there's my mark, and I'm just going to put my pad just slightly above it. So that's one pad. Now I found that with just the one, it didn't move quite so freely, so I'm going to take off this bit and I'm going to add a second one, because then there's a bit of depth between the head and the body, and the legs will actually move a lot better. So there we are. Well, I'm just laying it straight on top. There we go. So now I can then pop that on. Oh, here we go. Look, I've got some glitter card here. So just carefully lift it up, pop him on there, push down on your foam pads, and there is our dancing dragon. Now he's not going to work so well for me because I'm holding him flat, but when you hold him upright, he does actually move a lot better. But because I want you to see what he looks like, and there's our dancing dragon, all ready to put on a card that I think is just going to be magical for a child, or of any age actually, because I love him. I'd be thrilled if I got a card with one of these on. Love interactive cards. Hopefully that's given you an idea how you can pop this little sweetie together, and have fun creating. Thanks for watching.